Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
So, as I'm sure you can see, we're doing some Bloodborne because it seemed fitting. And Warrior here has never played a Soulsborne game.
Nope.
Um, in fact, has not played many video games in a little while, so this should hopefully be entertaining and fun.
If nothing else. Alright, you ready to go?
Yeah, go for it.
Boy.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration.
That's not true.
You need only unravel its mystery.
I mean, this is
Let
just a
an
normal
outsider
doctor.
like yourself to begin. Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
You know, standard insurance, medical contract, like.
Oh, that is an unfortunate default model. Okay.
Yeah, so there's several default models. Honestly, appearance in this game is almost negligible because you're basically never going to actually see yourself, and like except from the back, and pretty much all of that is going to be just like there's a lot of like heavily cowled enclosed clothing in this game.
Gotcha. Okay. Ugh, I have to have a name.
Yeah, well, Warrior is
Yes.
pretty.
We will go with that. Oh no, how do I make
L2 will do a capped.
Okay,
There you go.
I can spell. It's a very satisfying beeping sound.
Yeah.
Whatever that's worth. Okay. Do I have to care about?
No, there's no mechanical difference of gender or age. It's just appearance.
Okay.
And then like
I don't care about voice. What is it? Oh boy.
there's I thought there was a preset somewhere in here, but it's been forever since I've made a new character.
I mean, he is about as pale as I am, so I guess that's fine. I'm really not digging that hairline. I don't know. That's the main.
If you go, is it face details might have
Yeah,
hair?
let's see.
Yeah, hair,
there we
facial
go.
hair. Yeah.
Okay, let's fix that. That was a little unfortunate.
And then just hair. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Ooh, those are perfectly generic human-looking faces.
Yeah.
That's kind of got that goth look. Ooh, gotta have the scene hair. Yeah, let's make it so that he cannot see out of one eye, and
That'll help
perfect.
hunting monsters and
Yes.
beasts. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. He can. Yeah. He can just be really pale and pasty goth, and that's fine.
All right.
Yeah. Oh no, but there's tattoos.
They're not that great, to be perfectly honest. I was disappointed by the tattoos.
Now I
It's just like
gotta-
scars and beauty
Aw.
marks, really.
Oh, but see, now I've been on. But with his hair, you can't see it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I've been having feelings about certain characters from Final Fantasy VII. So that, you know what? I don't care if you can't see it. That's important.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, it should be good.
So now the before we go to finish, go to Origin because that is actually mildly important. This basically just determines your starting stats. So
Milk toast is so
yeah, that's like
complimentary.
average
don't you
stats
think?
across the board.
Oh.
Lone Survivor is resilient and tough, has high life to start with, and like these are just a starting point. You can spend experience however you want.
Professional what?
So professional is
It's for sleuthing or academia.
honest. Actually, neither, because it's high skill, so it's dexterity weapons.
Gotcha.
Because that makes total sense.
Yeah, sure.
You got to remember, this is largely Lovecraftian
Yeah.
inspired in a lot of ways. You know, classic horror, vampire, werewolves type stuff.
Sign
So,
on to a respectable line with faith in your pedigree.
which means you have really good blood, hence your blood tinge is high.
Gotcha.
Which
I'm a little concerned about how interested everybody is in my blood, though maybe I should have suspected, given the title.
I mean, it is kind of right there. And then Cruel Fate is for arcane.
And that's wow.
Yeah, Waste of Skin is the sort of hard mode. You start out with lower stats across the board, but actually, that's the one I started with when I in my playthrough, and it's comparable to Dark Souls. I forget what they call it off the top of my head, but honestly, I like it because you start out a little tough. It's a little harder to start out, but you can build a lot easier to wherever you want. So, anyways, it's just I would not suggest you do it. I would more suggest just the question: do you want to go with like big, heavy, smashy weapons, or do you want to go with like more dexterity weapons?
I like the smashy.
Okay, so you're gonna want, I think, Troubled Childhood or Violent Past.
I mean, they seem appropriate to this
That's
character.
Violent Past, I think, because that's got the high strength to start
Terribly
with.
violent, just indescribably violent.
Exactly.
There we go.
All right, and then that's pretty much all you need. You go ahead and hit finish and sign your contract away.
Oh, give you my soul.
Just your blood.
Oh, okay. I can make more of that. Holy chalice ritual. An exquisite eyeball. Ooh, not just
that's
average eyeball.
item descriptions in this are pretty great. The
That's not ominous. Yeah, that's great.
some of this is stuff you won't come across for a while, but
It's good to have something to look forward to, in theory. You know.
indeed.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you?
Oh, this looks very sanitary.
Doesn't it though?
Whatever
I am
happens,
reassured.
you may think it all a mere bad dream.
Just has the greatest bedside manner.
Yep, very reassured. Sparkly. Hi puppy. Totally cool that you're coming towards me while I'm just laying here prone.
Isn't this how all of your medical appointments go?
I mean, we are doing US healthcare system, so the analogy at least is relatable. Thanks. Whatever. Uh-oh. I maybe preferred the bloody wolf doodad.
Believe it or not, these guys are actually your friendly types. Like those are the messengers that carry messages.
You found yourself a
Like,
hunter.
Of everything in this game, those are the least. Like, those are not at all hostile or problematic.
Okay. They kind of look like if the Kodamas from Princess Mononoke got, like, run through the Lovecraftian horror filter.
You
So
know,
I guess I can live with that.
I mean, this was made by a very Japanese company, so I would not necessarily be surprised to find out that Kodamas. Yeah.
This is gonna be a learning curve.
So
Sorry.
you see those little pools there?
Yeah.
Those are messages, and a lot of these are going to be tutorial type right at the
Okay.
beginning.
So yes, I will. Okay, guys.
So that one's actually from a player. So another player placed that one.
Okay.
Hey, Dazer, welcome.
Hey, Days. I hope you get to find this at least mildly entertaining. So was that all that person left, or was
Just
there anything
hello.
that I didn't? Okay, all right. Cool.
Yeah, just
Bye.
now. So
All right. Items.
yeah, these ones are all from players so far, but
Okay.
you'll see the developer messages that give you the controls and tutorial type stuff.
Okay. You're just kind of little glowing puddles.
But you see the messengers popping out to
Yes.
actually get, yeah. So they're
Yeah,
they're
they'd be
your
really helpful.
they're your
for
cute, adorable little
souls.
friendly types.
Yeah. All right. Okay. There's a whole bunch of. Yeah, that's the totally sanitary table I was on. God, is there better? Oh, I did not mean to angrily punch the shelves.
I mean,
but good to know.
You know, this
Oh, yeah.
that reaction is frankly kind of understandable given your current circumstances.
Is there anything else in this room that I need to be aware of? Oh, it goes over there.
So just for those of you watching now or later on our YouTube archive,
Oh, okay, that's second.
our goal here is simple. We're only going to play for a couple hours. We don't have a ton of time tonight. Warrior, like I mentioned, has never played a game like this before, though she has seen some of them, from what I understand.
Mostly clips that make me very much aware of the fact that I will be yelling, probably in the near future. See, my personal goal is to die as little as possible. I don't know that number will be 0, but as little as possible.
I can almost guarantee the number will not be 0.
Yeah.
However, I think we can count the endeavor and stream overall successful if we can make it to a boss in. Yeah, not necessarily beat the first boss, but just make it to one of the first 2 bosses would be a good landmark, I think.
So, we're ready to go outside. Guess we'll try to go outside. Gotta have that good dramatic entrance.
Oh,
with
it's
the
such a
double
great door.
doors. Yeah. Hello. Aw, thank you. Encouragement.
There's people often leave encouraging messages for new starters.
That's both reassuring and not, because it tells me that there are things that I need to be reassured about. The good blood. Alright. Thank you.
Indeed, the good blood, as opposed to the bad blood, which is very different.
Apparently, yes. Oh. There's only one beast. I'm sorry, it's going to take me a while to get used to the camera stuff. Attack, right hand weapon. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Fancy. Is there another? Just a sec. Come on.
So
Okay.
R3 is clicking the right analog stick.
Oh, you click the analog?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That tells you how long it's been since I played a game that I'm like, what the hell is R3?
Yep.
Back in my day, there was only 2 buttons. Oh, these are different colors.
Yep.
Mm. Ooh, you're going to teach me how to
No, not quite.
do the thing, I have to do it.
So
Are you okay, buddy?
Spectres, that you just saw the last 5 seconds or so of another player's life.
Because our friend is having lunch.
Yes.
Over there. Wait, so I have to go fight the angry puppy without even a weapon?
Well, I mean, you could try running, you could try fighting, you could just stand here for eternity.
Well, but that's boring. I guess pertinent question is, are there weapons to be found, or if I go to fight, am I just gonna have to...
You're just...
that also goes through there.
Yeah,
so I don't wanna
you're
go
honestly
there
just
yet.
gonna kind of have to deal with this right now.
Okay. That's great. Hi, puppy.
I always wish you could like drop that chandelier
Right?
on him. Like that would be great. Is if you hold down R2.
Oh.
For R2 is your heavy attack, and if you hold it
Okay.
down, you can do a charge attack.
And R1 is just your regular...
Yeah, it is actually possible to kill this thing barehanded. It is challenging. You're minor spoiler. This is set up basically to kill you.
Gotcha. You're meant to die and if you don't, congrats. Okay.
Yeah.
At least I will feel like less of a failure. That's... Yeah. Hey, buddy. I'm guessing you have not had your rabies shot. We're just gonna... Whoa! Hi! Oh gosh. Okay, how do I get out of the way? I don't.
Dodge your circle. Like I said, this is something of a scripted moment.
Gotcha.
You'll see why in 1 second.
Vile.
But you can kill it if you know the combat system. But you're really... The idea is that you don't know what
Gotcha.
you're dealing with. So.
So hey, that was fun, right? Exciting? Yeah. I feel like the suspenders are probably more hindrance than helpful.
Well, you
given
know,
how
just
they're
going
being worn.
Victorian, Edwardian era was known for its bondage pants.
If we're going off of Victorian, Edwardian standards, then this guy is a slut. He's got his suspenders down. Oh.
Well, this is a different place than you woke up in the first time.
Yeah, it is. It's all pretty, but also a little ominous. There's a lot of specters.
There are.
Which is probably indicative of not good things. What's over here? Got a little lantern. It's always good to follow mysterious lanterns into misty places that you've never been before.
Well, you know.
Hey! Blood echoes. Okay. I don't believe I have any of those.
No, you don't have any. You lose them when you die.
Blood
Not that you really had many to start with,
Yeah.
but
It's higher. Ooh, I could get a fancy hat. Things to goals. Goals are good.
indeed.
Oh. Why am I so mad at cameras? It's okay. Hello. No place to awaken. Oh, Hi. It's a gift.
So if you hit square, I think it's square, you can get a more detailed, and I think if you hit it again, it'll give you a weapon description. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But the basic choice here is, single shot that's a lot more accurate, or a spread of shots that could potentially do more damage.
Gotcha.
Firearms are not really I use it to kill things weapon for the most part, so much as they're used to parry and interrupt attacks and give you openings.
Okay. So strategy is what you're saying.
More or less.
I don't know.
Generally speaking, both of these weapons are fairly comparable. I prefer the pistol. It's a little bit more accurate and a little bit easier to get the interrupts, but that is still a skill that you probably aren't going to be able to develop in a single single
Gotcha.
session.
Yeah, I think we'll probably go with the pistol. A little quicker on the draw, so it seems.
Yeah, it's
Thanks, guys. Ooh, another gift.
and that's how you would leave messages for another player.
Gotcha.
There's one more that you sort of
I was
passed.
like, there's probably, since they gave me the left-handed weapon.
And you just passed it again.
Really? But I thought that was the ones that I talked to. Oh, I guess not. A trick weapon. Ooh. Saw cleaver. Effective at drawing blood of beasts transforms into a long cleaver that makes use of centrifugal force. Okay. Alright. Oh.
Yeah, you'd hit square again, or you could, when you're in that menu, when you're in that panel, you can just go down between the two.
Gotcha. Retains the qualities of an axe, but offers a wider palette of attacks by transforming. Boasts a heavy blunt attack, leading to high rally potential. Or, of course, you can be stylish
Indeed.
as you kill monsters.
Actually, quite literally, if you read that last line of the description.
Concealing the weapon inside the cane and flogging the beast with a whip is partly an act of ceremony, an attempt to demonstrate to oneself that the bloodlust of the hunt will never encroach upon the soul. Ooh.
So, the threaded cane is an awesome weapon, but for your strength build, it's not going to be as useful because it's a skill weapon.
Yeah.
The axe is obviously the big strength weapon. The saw is also a strength weapon, and it's kind of the iconic, like, it's literally on the cover of the game.
Gotcha.
So either of those would be good. The axe is definitely the heavier, smashy weapon.
Gotcha. Let's see.
And you can get all of them later on. This isn't like a exclusive choice.
Yeah. Yes. Let's smash some stuff.
Right, you are going to want to equip them, so if you hit start, well, technically it's options on this one, but it's effectively the start button.
There.
Yeah. And then go down to the second line.
Aha. Yes, please.
So you can put 2 weapons on each hand, and so that's your second right-hand weapon, and then that would be your first gun weapon.
That's fancy.
And just like you use the right hand with R1 and R2, you use the L1 to shoot. L1 and R1, or sorry, yeah. Words.
Words are difficult.
Yeah, the L buttons are shoot and change your trick weapon.
Gotcha. All right. Oh, that was
And
not
up.
a thing I meant to do.
So.
Good to know.
So congratulations, you just created 5 blood bullets.
Oh, that's special.
So, if you run out of ammo, you can use your own blood to create one at the expense of your...
hardcore.
Yeah, at the
like
expense
that.
of your life. So,
How do they expect me to open doors when my hands are full of weapons? I know that it's closed.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it is locked. You cannot
Okay,
currently
fine.
get in there.
Fine.
There are a few more tutorial messages if you explore like the garden out here. I think this is, yeah.
Hi guys. Oh, run. That's probably going to be useful.
So if you that's just hold down circle.
Hello. Use item items. I have not picked up items yet to my knowledge.
Well, you have the notebook, but like that's pretty much it at the moment.
Switch weapons. Oh, okay, so if I had more than one.
Correct.
Ooh,
Although
great.
technically you do have more than one because you are unarmed as a weapon.
Oh, that's no fun.
So yeah, emergency quick.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was the thing I accidentally did.
Correct.
Whoops. Silly me directional pad to move instead of the analog stick. Transform weapon.
Ooh, hey, hi.
Okay, strong attack. Oh, okay, stagger. So basically what you were saying with the firearm.
Correct. This one is a little bit misleading. You actually have to hold the button down.
Oh.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, I would not have guessed
yeah.
that based on that description.
And I don't know if that's a technical thing where you have to be holding it down to make it work, or if it just makes it work a lot better.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so Bloodborne encourages a much more aggressive play style than Dark Souls.
Okay.
It's just, even though it's the same company that made them. Now, so that's not going to necessarily keep you from dying
No.
universally, but you can recover health pretty readily. And the axe is good. You know, the heavy big weapons are good for rallying like that.
Okay.
Um,
How did I not notice the creepy person right there? It's because it's a creepy doll and I selectively don't want to see those. That must be what happened.
Fair enough. Before you head back out, you might want to take a moment and just kind of play around with the weapon a bit, just so you get a feel for
that's probably a good idea.
the swing of it.
Oh.
Yeah, because
The
it is a
smashy.
bit of a slower weapon, though it's not the slowest weapon in the game.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good to know. So.
There's literally quite literally a smashy weapon that called the Kirk Hammer, and it's a sword. It's like a fairly standard like broad or long sword, but when you trick it into its secondary mode, you attach it to this massive like granite rock, and it becomes this like immense smashy hammer.
Alright then. As one does, I suppose.
So yeah, and you can combo attacks together, like you can do multiple hits. If you trick it into the other form, you'll get a different attack move.
Okay.
So that was L1 to change it.
Ho ho!
So you,
Like
so you don't have your gun, but obviously it's now going to be a much wider, longer attack range.
yeah.
Do a little bit more damage.
It's
it-
a big old hole.
Well,
Okay.
you didn't hit the wall.
Well, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Try that again.
So,
That's good to know, though, that it
Yeah.
can be interrupted by things in the way.
indeed, it can be.
Important.
So,
Okay. Alright, is the door still locked?
yeah, the door's still locked. What you're going to want to do if you see that gravestone that has the Watchers on it, right next to you.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Awaken at the selected location. Sure, yeah. Yikes, remains of a large infant infected by the scourge.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I mean,
And followed by the top hat.
naturally. I think a lot of these messages are now newer
Okay.
with additional,
okay.
like additional information. So that one's still the same. It's been forever since I started a new game.
Come on, come here.
Yeah, so there's your dodge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not. Just L plus.
Yeah, so while moving, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
Alright.
So you can dodge in a direction.
Gotcha. What are you? Oh, so that's the click it.
Yeah.
Lock on release. Okay, alright. Hello. Okay, let's back where I came from.
Correct.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
It's not all that significantly faster. Okay.
There's a bit of a ramp up time on it,
Oh,
so you can get a pretty decent pace going, but it does take you a couple seconds to build up to that full speed.
Okay, so they want me to try again.
Yes.
I
Now that you have a
die
weapon, and it
need
should
some
go
stuff.
significantly better this time.
So you say. Let's
Theoretically, you might want to lock on while you're a little bit away, just so you're not.
see. Is that locked on then?
Yes, the little
Okay.
dot on it, and you can see the health
Gotcha.
bar.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't even have full health.
Nope.
Is that because I was hitting it before? Or is it just like
It's
that?
this one is just like that.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. Alright. Okay. Smashy.
Yeah, and just keep attacking. Yeah, you can do multiple hits.
Get up. Buddy. Oh boy. Alright.
There you go.
Alright. Blood echoes retrieved. Oh. Sorry, I was keeping you from falling over. Search the cult. Of course. Cool.
3 blood vials, which are your healing
Blood.
items.
Because that's sanitary.
By which point you might want to use 1 or 2 because you're
Oh
kind
yeah, look at that.
of triangle to blood vial.
Oh, so that. All right, so we're not worried at all about bloodborne illnesses of the type that we are familiar with. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I was trying to see. So that's the guy who gave me fancy blood. You know, he's good. Or at least
Maybe
he looks like it.
I'm not really. I don't think that's who that's supposed to be, but I couldn't swear to it.
Oh, there's another. Okay, it might just be people.
Yeah.
Okay, new room. Exciting. Don't give up. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello. Thank you for your generous donation. Here's some Fandango movie tickets. Smart HP. Okay. So, the thing we just learned.
Yes.
Sure. Oh, I like that I've got blood on my cape now.
Yep.
Gotta keep that aesthetic intact.
You can get pretty messy in this game.
Excellent. Alright. Ooh. It's not an ominous sky or anything like that.
Nah.
It's all very homey and welcoming.
And exactly. Like, they clearly appreciate guests.
Yes. Oh, yes.
You know, this haphazard courtyard of gravestones just outside of the clinic that you went to.
Obviously, this is very trustworthy medical practice. I don't know what you were trying to imply.
Well, I mean, you already commented on the sanitation.
Yeah, it's true.
But I mean, when one uses blood as treatments for medical illnesses, like...
I mean, blood is blood, right? It's not like you need to do anything to it before you just inject it into your thigh in order to restore your vitality, right?
Exactly. There's a shiny back there that you... Like, if you flip the camera around, now it's sort of behind you.
Oh,
Right there on the left.
oh, there we are. There's some bullets not made from my own blood and suffering.
Well, okay, except... go ahead and go into your menu real quick.
Oh, goodness.
Go to inventory. Go over, I think, one... Let's see, where is... Could swear... Oh, maybe they don't actually list it in your inventory as an item. So, the description of Quicksilver bullets actually mentions that since bullets are effectively useless against beasts and creatures like of these varieties, they use silver bullets, and they are infused with a hunter's own blood to increase their potency.
So all the bullets are just blood.
Correct.
Bullets. Excellent.
However, Quicksilver bullets are not bullets made exclusively from your own blood, like the...
40 on that gate. It's really rough.
Do you know how hard the townsfolk work
You know,
to get that creek right?
Maybe they should just use their own blood to oil the hinges, because apparently you use blood for everything else.
I mean, they really basically do.
Taking the name really seriously, guys. Oh gosh, let's see. That's it. Ooh. The fact that you have to change your coffin's clothes is not reassuring. Ooh, that's beautiful. Just, I appreciate that they don't limit themselves to human corpses.
Oh, not
That we
even
get,
remotely.
a
You
wide variety of anatomical.
you will find plenty of corpses in this game. I know you were worried about
I
that.
was very concerned. We don't need discrimination.
Equal.
Oh, hi. Hello? That is not a nice way to greet people. Rude. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, the ragdolling bodies is a little...
That's unfortunate.
That's been a point of not quite contention so much as amusement since Demon's Souls. Literally all of Dark Souls and Bloodborne has this problem, and it does sort of break the...
No! Come here. Oh, shoot. Hi. Yes, hello.
So, remember your lock on, because that can help a lot.
Right.
So you're swinging towards them more often than you're not just...
Swinging wildly. You know, eventually you'll hit something.
Indeed.
Again, the fact that you have to chain your big old heavy metal coffins closed is not a great sign.
The environment art in this game is so good.
Oh, hi, give me stuff, please. Thank you. Now I'm gonna get like twitchy whenever I see something move, even if it's just one of the little spectacles. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to leave that up. Should I keep this vial? About 6.
Honestly, at this moment, I wouldn't. Because I know that for this moment, you are basically safe.
Closed by a device that is wonderfully specific. Alright. Go inside here. You.
There's actually a shiny right there behind the crate in the corner. It's right in the corner, right in front of your character.
Oh, okay.
You just smash that or roll through it.
Okay, they just expect me to be silent.
Indeed.
I need to embrace this. Ooh. I can throw things. That's that one's cool.
Yarnum has maybe seen better days.
I thought I saw something that was like 8 device. Oh, that's alright. Very reassuring sounds.
I mean, it's just an unholy scream of pain or terror, or both. Yeah, there's some quite a few environmental things that you can't smash, but there's plenty to smash.
That looks like doodad from where I woke up somewhere. I just have the power to light lamps by snapping my fingers.
I think the implication is you've got like a little flint and tinder, or even a little oil lighter, but like yes, basically.
I prefer my interpretation.
Basically, yes, you can just. So if you actually like return to the dream, that'll restore your health and everything.
Oh, that's what that's about.
Yeah, it will also respawn everything that you like, all the enemies you have killed.
Okay, all right.
So that's kind of the core loop of the Soulsborne formula, which is like there's checkpoints and you're trying to get to the next one. You can reset your progress, but you can reset your health and your resources for the most part.
But it resets your progress.
But it resets your attempt to get to that next, and then you'll unlock shortcuts as you go through, which can. If you actually, do you want to find out about some of the lore of this story, or are you just more interested in just making your way through?
There are guys down there. We can talk about lore. That's
Okay.
fine.
Go ahead and run back to that lamp real quick then.
All right. And I'm proud of myself for recognizing that it was a lamp that would probably take me back to the Dreamland place.
Which is well done. So if you look, just go around that corner right there.
To which?
Just literally right around that corner you're standing right next to, and kind of turn the camera around. That window, you see how it's lit up, and there's that red lamp outside.
Yeah.
There's somebody in there you can talk to.
Oh.
So if you head up, you'll get a prompt to talk.
Gotcha.
You must be a hunter.
This is.
Not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider.
Hi, Gilbert.
You must have had a fine time of it. Rhinum has a special way of treating guests.
You could say that, yeah.
I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done.
Thanks, buddy. I get that you're like dying.
Whatever your
I mean,
reasons
he
might
just
be,
has a bit of a cough.
swift exit.
Okay, but if we're talking like Victorian times, that means he's gonna die.
Spoilers, damn it!
Don't you know if you have a cough, then you are terminally ill and there's nothing to be done
That is
that
perhaps
can save you.
that is perhaps the best. Hold real quick before you can. That is perhaps the best observation I've ever heard about that, because you're not wrong.
It's just...
The other cardinal rule of Soulsborne is talk to people until they stop saying anything new.
Oh, gotcha. So he ran through just one.
Correct.
Sorta.
They'll start repeating themselves, or they'll just have a generic like, not going to say anything more.
Gotcha.
But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the Wyverns don't share much with outsiders. Normally, they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
So this is kind of like giving you your first sort of objective of.
Across the valley to the east of Yarn,
Okay, so
you'll find the
in case you didn't hear me the first
cathedral
time,
like the old
that's
main cathedral
what the
city
thing you
is
want
sorts
is
of blood.
supposed to be.
I haven't heard of pale blood.
Yeah. So
That's the best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of
from software games are kind of like vague on their storytelling. There's a lot of interpretation that you're meant to come to your own conclusion about, sort of like piece together the story and mysteries. But the basic setup here is that like there's this town, Yarnum, that's known for its miraculous healing abilities, and you're this foreigner from someplace who has this unspecified illness, and so you made your way here to get it treated, and this is what you wake up to after that procedure.
Great. Awesome.
Beyond that, the story is a story. It's complicated, and I don't want to go too much into it because. Man, you just come in as a guest and just start murdering the townsfolk?
I mean, they come at me first. When there are zombies, you do not take the time to ask questions. They look like zombie, they move like zombie. You've got weapons, you can come up.
Well done on catching that was a guy and not just a body. So many people I know are taken completely aback by that one. Like, they see the guy with the torch and the shield with his back to you. And that, believe me, if you don't think, yeah, if you don't think that encounter was set up specifically, because you see the vulnerable guy with his back to you, and then it's very easy to miss the other one. So well done on catching that.
Yay! I was like, he's got a weapon, he's gonna jump me. I don't like that. Why are there so many? How am I supposed to effectively fight them all?
One group at a time. They are in smaller groups. There are a lot of them, but they're in groups. So. And that was another player actively playing at the moment.
Oh.
Some people could potentially be seeing clips of your play as well. It's one of the fun things about the.
I don't. Okay. What is the story? I was not quick enough.
Nope, you are not getting up from that one.
You need to be smart about that. Okay. Ooh.
So we are at officially 2 deaths. One of which is semi-scripted, the other was not. So you'll notice you're back up to full life, your stuff. If you had a stash of blood vials and bullets, they would refill up to the maximum you can carry.
I was thinking the reach might be helpful, but
So, couple of things. That particular, because again, brevity, like we don't have all the time in the world. That particular guy is not really anything you need to worry about.
Okay.
He's not going to drop anything of important use. He's not guarding any shinies that you need to worry about. Actually, he's not guarding a shiny at all.
I just went that way.
That guy is there for a couple of reasons. One, to just kind of showcase that you do need to be careful and pay attention, and that this game is fair. It's not going to really just outright. Souls games are not going to just outright pull bullshit on you. So
I mean, I did have enough time to walk away.
Exactly. If there are traps, then you will be able to see the trap that is set if you're paying attention, and be ready for it. And a lot of it, and it's not going to change from one iteration to the next. Every life, it's going to reset to the exact same situation, so you will learn the progression as you go. If you notice, these guys are in exactly the same position. So it's one part to kind of instruct that. The other thing is he's there as sort of a test of your skill.
Which I failed.
Well, and you're basically going to the first time. He's there to kind of be a hallmark to mark yourself against and see, am I figuring this out?
Gotcha.
And there is a bit of a learning curve. This whole first section is very much more than a lot of other Souls games, tossing you in the deep end while you figure it out. And it's one of the things that, as far as the Souls games go, I'm not as much a fan of how they did this one, just because you have to go through such a pretty hefty part of the game before you could even start boosting your stats.
Gotcha.
And that learning curve, I mean, it helps you later on with the game, but it is such a steep curve otherwise. So that's one of those I'm a little mixed about. Bloodborne is nearly a perfect game as far as I'm concerned, but there are a few things where I'm they could have taken another pass at that.
Oh, hello, dice.
Indeed, a lever, or lever, as would maybe be more appropriate for this era.
I just was not standing in the top.
Yeah, you got to be. The levers in this are kind of.
Yeah, I see you, buddy. I don't want to.
Yeah. See, he's just, as long as you don't go bother him, he's just gonna happily patrol the hell out of that.
Alright. Well, you guys. I do want to try out the one.
Well,
It's only the one. Right.
yeah, there's the other two that are further back, but so you can see it's much wider sweeping, but it's also slower.
Yeah.
So, and you can generally you can dodge roll out of attacks.
I'm just not good.
No, and you'll get the hang of it.
Okay. Alright, I see.
Yeah.
It's also a little slow.
Yeah, it's not the fastest dodge, and you can't dodge you can't true dodge cancel fighting games let you do. You have to finish the attack animation before, so you don't want to overcommit. You'll get it's just a matter of getting a feel for it and the different weapons. That is one of the cool things about Bloodborne is every weapon feels. Yeah, every weapon feels distinctly different.
See, this is nice if I can get the jump on them, but if
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of things.
Exactly.
It's short.
And you can actually, if you hit L1 while you're attacking, you can actually do a trick
can
attack to
you?
change it in the middle of a combo.
Okay.
Again, though, it's a matter of knowing, figuring out when best to do that.
Oh, okay, this is...
And here you got your first little pseudo shortcut, because it's not really faster one way or the other.
I'll go back.
But again, it's there to kind of highlight the idea that as you explore, you can open up paths.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm not having a map is.
Yeah, no, there's no map. You just
But-
kind of have to mentally build it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have a better idea of where I'm at now. Does not. Oh, okay.
But see,
alright.
now you know if like there you'll be able to. Now you know you can come back from the other side,
Yeah.
open that gate, and now you could skip all of that stuff
All that nonsense.
because right from this lamp. This
Gotcha.
lamp. So
Yeah. Okay. So now that I have figured out where they were coming from, which is where I came from, I can go and actually follow them. Angry mob of not quite alive people. These things are going to startle
well,
me.
and that's just another player running
Yeah.
around. So
Somebody should repair that. That's dangerous.
like that's where your concern is the that's the danger.
railings are just not up to code.
OSHA would just have some issues.
Alright, so the horde of people went this way. There are glowy things.
That's just
but I can't do anything.
lighting effects, and honestly,
Well, that's charming.
yeah, the lighting is amazing in this game, with a few exceptions where like the ground sometimes gets some weird lighting.
Yeah, sure. Hi. Hello.
Have you come on? Away with you. Now.
Fine. No hospitality.
You'd think that there's bloodthirsty monsters roaming the streets.
Or something. Dad, you're not paying attention. Not paying attention, and I'm dead. I was wondering where that bloodthirsty mob got off to, and I found them.
Did you, or did they
found me, but
Yeah.
it's the same thing, really. Well. By the way, we're not necessarily trying to keep this PG, right? 'Cause
No, no.
I'm gonna.
I very specifically marked our Twitch channel as mature audiences. Well, I mean, we're playing goddamn Bloodborne, so like
No.
right from the get-go. And
kids these days can never be sure.
but yeah, no, you do not need to be concerned with your language
Okay.
or screaming tendencies, whatever the case may be. I love that sun though. That's just
It's very pretty.
yeah, like
Look at that.
your sunset there, which is
Yes.
just great.
Very pretty. I feel like my little cloak capelet thing is probably impeding some of his vision, but maybe not any more than his hairstyle, so.
Well, yeah. And you've got the hood up, so like
Whoa.
I mean,
Is there a way for me to take the hood down?
you could take it off. Like you'd have to take the armor piece off. Which I mean, honestly, you could do. It's not, especially this starting set is not super great on stats.
How many times am I gonna get killed by mom? Let's find out. Oh, gosh. I am literally running into the thing.
Okay, you do need to watch your stamina, so you can't just entirely
Gotcha,
spam
yeah.
attacks.
And, it's where did everybody else go?
They went up and around the other side of that carriage.
I was expecting them to,
You managed
turn
to-
around when I made a lot of noise.
You managed to catch just the one without the others noticing.
Alright.
So
Oh, but here they're coming back. Okay. Alright. How about Okay. No. So how many times have I died to this particular mob? 3?
I think so.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna... I don't know how far away a boss is. I don't know how well that goal is gonna be.
I don't know. I did not make claims as to will we succeed at getting to a boss. I just think that would be a good landmark to aim for.
Alright. We're gonna not try the big long dad. I'm sure this is very fun for anybody watching. How many times can I run that? It concerns me that their health bar does not go down until they fall down, so I feel like I have to keep swinging
So
at them.
here's the thing: you killed him in the first strike.
Oh.
So that what happened was his health bar was going down, but since he was dead already, he was starting the fall down animation.
Okay.
And so it was just a little wonky. Like their health bar does actually drop pretty immediately after you make an attack.
Okay. Just like, how long do I have to keep hitting you?
Yeah, and there's a like. I don't know if you noticed, but there's like it. When you make the hit, there's a little white marker that immediately drops to where their health is going to be, and then a brief moment later, it sort of slides. The health bar slides down to that point.
Gotcha.
So it's one of the things you'll get used to. You'll get used to, but.
Just don't mind me, guys. I'm just out for an evening walk.
Yeah.
Nothing to make fuss about.
I mean, pitchforks and torches is pretty standard fare for a night out, an evening out on the town.
Why are there so many of you? Ugh. You're gonna come back this way. Whoa! Hi! Hello? Where was that? Where the hell is that even coming from?
I wondered when that guy was going to start making himself known.
Hello?
So, all right, turn to your left now. So you see that group that's coming towards you, and there's that kind of carriage just to your right.
Yeah.
He's tucked behind that.
Rude. Absolutely rude. All right. Cool. Great. Well, I don't want
So-
to fight in front of him.
So he's going to pretty much stay there, and they're coming after you.
Yeah, I got him. Somebody set me on fire.
And this is actually two groups that have that happened to pace on the.
That's why there were so many.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. This is going about as well as I expected. If we're being honest.
Okay. I hope you're having fun. Like that.
I just need to learn how to not suck. Which means I have to just.
Well, or as they
try
say in the community of Soulsborne, get good.
Right, yeah, I gotta get good. Gotta upgrade gamer cred, which is non-existent. Oh man, alright. Hi. Yeah, no, I see you. Oh, okay, alright. I didn't have to keep.
So if you want to save a brief time, you actually can drop safely down that.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there is an
wonder.
enemy down there.
Hi.
Yeah, but
Yes, hello.
the fall takes a little chunk of your health, but
Hello. Okay. You're a shiny. What does that mean? Ah.
You that outsider?
Yep.
I don't want to trot along, will ya?
Trot.
so welcoming in Yarnum. Not like, you know, you're out here hunting savage beasts on their behalf.
Right. Oh, fire damage exists.
It does indeed.
There are all these benches out here, as if people used to spend time sitting around outside.
Yeah, and like, FromSoft is very, very good at their environmental storytelling. So you can see a lot of stuff. Like, you can see the signs that this was once a very prosperous town.
Oh, this is okay. I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna come and get me?
Not unless they aggro to you, which they are currently not. So you can probably get the drop on that one with the torch and the axe. There you go.
And what did you say? Was it in this thing?
Yeah, he's just around the back of that.
The back of it. Okay. Hello. What's wrong with it? Hi. No. Oh yes. This would be that one first.
Yeah, because you actually missed him.
Okay. Oh, I can.
And that means since you're at your cap for bullets, that just gets thrown into your storage.
Okay.
And will automatically refill when you die.
Oh, yep, there's the two mobs kind of doing their thing.
I think
Hello!
he's-
Hi!
yeah.
Yes!
And you're actually...
Oh, why did I lock onto the person not there?
Dodge, dodge.
I'm trying.
Heal.
Oh, gosh.
Triangle.
I pressed the triangle and it did not do.
You hit square.
I pressed the triangle and it's not doing the thing.
You did heal once.
Oh, my goodness.
So here's what happened. You bumped the square button, so you tried to use an item which you don't have. So you do an animation where you reach for your pouch and are like, oh shit, there's nothing there.
So...
And then you did succeed in a blood vial, and then you hit square again.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's just panic button pressing, like button pushing.
Okay. Everything's fine. I mean, this is the promised yelling portion of things, I guess.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't want to let our fans down. They were promised
Right.
yelling.
Can't be making false advertisements. Alright. Come here, dude. Die. Just be dead. Stay that way. Okay. Just cannot ever assume that it is safe to not be looking behind me.
Again, that's one of those things in these games where you'll get a feel for like the rhythms and patterns of the areas. But yes, you definitely...
Hi. Yes, hello.
Nice.
Alright, I need to be better at how cameras work. That would help me a lot.
Yeah, the camera in this one's pretty... kind of a little wild, but again, like you'll just get used to it, and it'll work a lot better for you than...
I don't know what you're doing. Get in the fire.
Standing in fire, always a great idea.
Best strategy. If I set myself on fire first, then they cannot get me. I don't think it works that way. You guys just... Can you like... We are in a time of social distancing, guys. Can you, like, disperse just a little?
I don't know. I mean, this kind of has some hallmarks of a plague town, so I don't know that they're really concerned so much at this point.
Oh, that is. I keep thinking that's the lock on, but it's not. Too much Kingdom Hearts. Come here. Yep. Dead. Hi. Yes. Thank you. Go back over this way. Oh no. Hi guys.
And they're coming.
We're gonna just go up here for a second because that'll be a little more manageable. Oh, stop setting me on fire!
Yeah, that torch is super obnoxious.
There we go. Ah! Hi! I am trying to just stay like that. Okay, yep, hi, yes, I see you. Hello! No, lock on to the guy in front of me. Thank you. Ah! Come on. Okay.
All right, another fun trick. As they're dying, you can keep just smashing them with your weapon, and you'll still rally for a few moments after they're dead.
All right. Jesus.
You actually survived that without too much damage.
I did, but shush. Because we're gonna jinx it. Oh, I can't trust anything in this game. Hello? Hi. Oh, yes, hello. I do see you. Come on, lock on. Rawr. Fine. Good. Oh, was that just me smashing?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Face this way. Check the body. Bloodstone shard. That's new.
So that'll be in your inventory if you want to check the item description.
That was not what I meant to push. Oh, what are pebbles? Oh, I can just literally throw rocks at things.
Yeah.
Nice.
It
Bed in a weapon to fortify. Okay.
And on all of these, if you hit square, there's an item description, which helps to fill out the story and lore.
That is... that sure is an image.
And that's a pretty mild image as far as some of the ones in this game.
Oh, I'm sure it is. A substance in the blood hardens, and that which does not crystallize is called a bloodstone. Okay, cool. Wasted a blood vial. Again, it's fucking Kingdom
Not
Hearts.
supposed to waste blood.
I am so used to menu being triangle.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Problem. I'm gonna
playing?
die.
Bloodborne.
Is that?
Oh gosh. Did I hear
Are y'all streaming or anything?
Yep.
Okay. Well, hello to anybody who's listening. And bye to everybody who's listening.
Food delivery is a very important part of the
Indeed.
gaming experience. Hi, I don't want to end.
Do you notice that bonfire going there?
Yeah, I don't like what the... Oh no, come here. Wrong. Oh my god. Guys.
Man, some people just don't like it when you're just looking at the environment. Like, they just don't like tourists, I guess.
I mean, having lived in Vegas for as long as I have, I can kind of understand. But it's still rude.
It is definitely rude to murder them for looking around.
Yes. Yeah, no, I don't think I would go that far. Probably. Oh god. Okay. One more time. You know, I keep forgetting that I have a shooty thing, but it uses a bullet. And if I use blood, like, I don't know. Okay. Hi, hello, yes. Come on. Wait, where was I? Nope. Okay. Down and around here. This is fine. Everything's fine. You're hanging out over here. Come on.
And see, this is the really cool thing about this game formula is, you know, even already after just 4 or 5 attempts at this, you're already starting to figure it out. You're already moving through it better than you were.
You see that? Like that is, like only 4 or 5 attempts is impressive.
It is actually. I think I probably, honestly, I think it probably took me a good,
Oh, okay, you guys just stay down there.
you know, 20 times through here before I finally got it down pat.
Alright, well that does make me feel a little better. Stay right here. So you don't notice me when you're all there and angry. Like, if a few of you come at me, then that's one thing. But if you bring all your angry friends, that's not a fun party for me. Alright, oh, I didn't Hi! I was trying to smash that. Okay, what else we got? Hello? Yep, hi. Yes, hello. Stop. Why am my camera stupid?
All right, so you're relatively safe up here. They're not going to come up here unless you actually aggro them.
Yeah.
So go ahead and head down along, not the stairs, along this little walkway.
Gotcha.
Try and show you something that's really pretty cool.
I thought I was safe up here before, but then they
Well,
came at me,
they
so.
you can aggro them from up here, but like generally they won't make their way up here. So go ahead and kill this guy here.
Can I lock that key?
Oh, actually,
Hello.
why is he not standing? Well,
Hi. Yes, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Hello.
all right, there you go. Well, I was going to show you a thing, but apparently that guy was not at his post, so never mind.
All right. Yes, hello, sir. I do see you. Hi. Yeah. Hello. Oh, did you yell for your friends? Maybe. Oh, two down there that I can see. Oh, nope, there's the friends. I was like, that seems like a lie. See, if I can only get like a few of them to come up the stairs at me, then they are more manageable.
So, remember, you do have a gun.
I do.
Now, they will react to the sound of a gun,
Oh, okay.
but not like universally. So,
Oh gosh, look at them.
yeah, there's a lot, but they are divided into patrolling groups, so you can split them up.
If I don't fuck it up.
Yeah. So, if you kind of tilt your camera down so you can see a little bit better.
Oops.
So,
And then there's those guys up on the other walkway.
yeah. So, there's a stairway.
There's 5.
Yeah, there's a stairway up to your right a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do is you can actually like inch your way down that until you reach aggro range, and like that one guy will start coming after you.
Gotcha.
You could also lock onto him from here and shoot him.
But they'll all react. To
Not
the
all
sound.
of them.
Okay.
The ones that are like, especially if you wait until like
They go past.
they kind of go past.
Gotcha.
You might get him and the guy with the shield and the one in front of the bonfire there. But you're not going to get everybody.
Yeah, you guys go back up the stairs. And then...
And you can see the guy fighting and dying over there.
Yes, this is not reassuring, but okay. Oops, wrong. Is it L2?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Hey. Come and get me.
Very well done. You might want to throw a blood vial, just because that way it
So
gives you a
I
little
don't-
bit. Yeah, you get a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see here.
So that's one of the uses of bullets. You can use them to interrupt and stagger attacks as well, but that's a little bit more advanced.
Okay. Hello. Oops, no. Oop. More people coming down. Let's see. Sure nobody's coming that way. Everybody and all their friends are down there now. Actually, shoot this guy from here personally. If I could remember which is the lock-on button. Hello? Come get me? Yeah? Hello? Alright, this makes things a little more feasible. Okay. Hello. Oh, but that might bring your friends. Guys, some of you go down the left side and the others go up the right side.
Yeah. Occasionally you'll get pathing issues like that. And you're just kind of like, yeah. You know, super fancy game design technology, and that's what they end up doing with it.
Oh, is it because the fire's in the way? Am I not
No, you're just a little out of range, but you'll notice he did react to you. Like he
Gotcha.
is reacting to the shot. He's just not quite aggroing.
What about your other friend? What about this guy? How about you? Gonna be angry? Yeah. Oh, but you can shoot me back. I don't like that. I don't like that version of the game.
Which unfortunately also means he's not gonna really chase after you.
Yeah, no,
'cause-
that makes sense. Because why would he? When he can do what I've been doing. Oh gosh. Okay, am I getting to a point where I should just go down there? Probably. Why am I so down there? Okay. Gotta go. Ha ha ha. No, see, I go back down here and maybe catch you guys at the further end of your patrol route. Uh-oh, where'd y'all go? Right, you guys are patrolling up on that side. That's why you're not. Hi, yes, hello. What if I shoot you now? Yeah, yeah. No? You don't wanna come at me, bro? You're too busy with your bonfire? Oh, hi!
That guy's pretty stubborn.
Stop walking on to the thing that's not trying to kill me! Hi, yes, hello. Hi. Oh.
And see, this is that kind of iffy design I was talking about. Was like you'd done a pretty substantial amount of work there. You'd made it quite a way through. You were doing all right, and now like not only are you set back, but you have to redo all of that. And so
Okay.
I think I really think in some of the other Dark Souls games, especially, they handled this in like early part a little bit better. Because like I've seen people take out and out hours to get through this section. Now, granted, once you've got it down, once you know what you're doing, like on your second or third playthrough or whatever, you'll breeze through this in no problem, even without being able to level up or anything. But it is a very high bar of entry for anybody new.
Alright. Alright. I'm doing this though. Oh, okay. Alright, everybody can just all hang back.
Not to mention you're also using blood vials throughout it, which is consuming resources. And they drop a fair number of them, but still. Not perhaps the smoothest starting zone experience of a Soulsborne game ever.
Oh no, you're not the slow one. Torch is the slow one. Oh, right. Get that off the screen. I get focused. You. Follow me up the stairs. No. Cool, but they're coming back that way. Okay. Oop, hello? Yes, hi. Yep, hello. or are y'all just on your patrol? Tell.
They're just on their patrol. They'd have already been heading up the stairs if they weren't.
Just stay there.
So have you gotten, I don't know how much, like, split focus you're able to manage. Have you picked up any of what they've been, like, any of the things that they've been saying or doing, like, calling out as you?
No, I haven't really been able to hear them very
Okay.
well.
So this is one of the things that I love about Bloodborne. Especially this early part. Like, don't you love how I'm, like, critical of this and at the same time, raving about how awesome it is? So these guys, they're clearly human, but they're also pretty obviously twisted or mutated.
Yeah, they're pretty gnarly looking.
Yeah, like some of them have like spiky riffages, like they're partially turned into werewolves or something, and they look desiccated and like so. But the things they're actually saying are things like stay away and basically like don't come after me. They're things that you would expect like innocent victims to be shouting as this mass murderer comes after them.
Right.
And so it creates it really does an amazing job of sort of setting up the idea of this world.
Hello, sir.
Where these your senses are telling you. I was not expecting somebody to come after you there.
I was in the middle of trying to turn around because I knew Oh, man. Guys. Why you gotta be like that? Okay. Yeah, I think the reason that I don't hear what they're saying is because I'm yelling.
Well, that's totally fair. Anyways, to finish my thought, now that you're not in the middle of being slaughtered, it sets up this really interesting idea as to like you kind of when the player pays attention to it and catches that, it's like almost unnerving to you as a player because you're suddenly like, wait, like these are clearly the monsters. I mean, they're attacking me. They're human, but their movements are inhuman, and their aggression is out of the ordinary, and they're twisted and mutated, and they look diseased. But like the things that how they're reacting is kind of like, you're the monster. You're the one that's just coming in and killing things, and so, which you kind of are, and so it creates this really interesting ambiance to which just kind of continues to build and carry through as you learn more about what's going on in this, totally normal everyday city.
Yeah, everything's fine. Can't you tell? We've got friends back here. Yes, yes we do. Wonderful. Hello? Oh, hi. Yeah, hello. Yup. Yup. Lock on to things that are killing me, please. Okay. Hi. Hey. Hello. Hey. Hi. Yup. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You gonna fucking fight me? Finally getting a better hang of this camera situation. Yep, hi, yeah. Come get me. Yeah, so there's not as many of you at the end, bastards. Hi. Yeah, yeah. Yes. Fight me. This is my staircase of bodies.
And for any of our viewers who are wondering, this is why she goes by Warrior, because she gets a little bloodthirsty after a while.
A little bit. Like, I was nervous, and I'm still nervous, but now I'm irritated. So, this is how we're gonna do this. Alright, we're gonna go back up the staircase real quick. Scope out where y'all are at. Oh, wait, no, I do have to go down there. That's right. I was thinking I was at a later part than I am. I do see you. Hi, yeah, hello. Stand on my staircase. Here we go. Maybe this is what cats feel like when they stand at the top of the staircase and stare menacingly down at you.
Okay, maybe, but I don't generally see my cat standing at the top of a staircase that they have literally littered with a mound of bodies.
It doesn't necessarily mean that they don't want to be. Oh, yeah, you guys are kind of blocking the road. It's inconsiderate.
How inconsiderate of them to die right there
You died inconveniently.
while I
Just
murdered you.
rude. Murder is such a strong word, though.
It was self-defense.
Yes. Clearly. Why won't you walk onto this guy?
The angle of that lock-on, so the lock-on function has a bit of an arc to it. It needs to be in the field of your view, and it'll lock on to the closest thing. That particular guy, I've noticed.
Hi, you keep getting the jump on me.
Yeah, he's positioned kind of tucked behind that carriage.
F you. Go down.
So I think what happens is the camera can't easily see, like the game doesn't think he's actually in the camera
Gotcha.
for the purposes of the lock-on, so it can be tricky to grab him. I've noticed, I've had that same problem too.
Hi, yeah, hi, hello.
So you're getting hit, but if you look, you're rallying really well. Like, you haven't
Yeah.
actually really lost any health.
I was noticing that. I'm like, yay! I just have to. It's my favorite thing where if I just hit them back hard enough and soon enough, it's fine.
Exactly. You hurt me. I'm not really sure. And there's no real story explanation. I'm not sure if you are literally like absorbing their blood as you injure them,
As I like bathe in it.
or if it's more like if health in this is supposed to be more like a stamina or drive motivation type of thing, where you like rally, because they call it rallying as the mechanic, and so you're rallying back to. I love that bonfire just with the effigy beast that's.
Looks an awful lot like the thing I killed as part of
Well, it
the
is.
quote-unquote tutorial.
There is one in there, but if there's also like other stuff, and it's a little bit ambiguous whether that's
Big old creepy claw
whether that's
outside.
another creature arm or something that like an effigy they've built. It's God, there's so much just,
Why go kill that
and that
guy?
crazy chain that's just scattered around there for some
I
reason.
didn't notice there were a lot of chains. I'm like, there were chains around all those coffins.
Yeah, and that's
And now
you're like,
there are
what?
chains that are not on coffins.
Yeah, and you
that's
kind of have to be
probably
like, what?
something.
Your average person doesn't, lock coffins.
Right? That's usually a bad sign. Yep, thought so. No! Get out of the fuck!
Oh my god.
What did I
You hit the so this touchpad in the middle. If you hit that, like you push in on that, that's also a button.
Why is it like that? Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting better.
Yeah, no,
We're getting better.
I can see palpable improvement every attempt, which is the great thing about these games. It's like, yes, they can be challenging, and yes, there's a learning curve, but like they teach you as a player to handle the challenges. It's not like, traditional, RPGs or adventure games where you are unable to overcome a challenge because you are missing a thing. In this one, there are people who legitimately play these games with like level 1, like, zero souls runs. They'll do challenge runs or speed runs where they're, trying to get through as quickly as they can, or they do it on like without any levels. They just use the starting stats and weapons. And I mean, there's different rules for how they run it. I've seen some people who are okay with upgrading equipment, but not upgrading their character, and then others who are like, no, don't upgrade anything. And people have done it, which you can do in a game like this. You can't really do that in most other games, traditional RPG games, because you just will not have the stats you need to overcome a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly at this point it's not about stats. It's about me needing to figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Which you are doing. Like I said, every run you've done has been a little more successful, and you're remembering the placement of people. So the guy that was there actually wandered down the stairway for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why. You may have aggroed him somehow, and he started wandering. It's not something I've really ever seen him do before, so I'm not sure what that's about. I guess.
I liked trying to kill more people back here, but we're gonna have to see how all that works this time, because they're doing different stuff. We are being assisted by Gamer Kitty. Don't be in the fire. This is the usual way they're gonna come back.
I think so. I think he's one of those guys, like one of these with the torch. I think he sort of attached himself to one of those groups, but I'm not. I just saw him coming down the stairs. I didn't see what aggroed him.
Right.
And he just sort of wandered up the street behind another one of the groups. So I'm not really sure what was going on with that. You're gonna get 2 at least that I saw coming.
Oh, hello though. I see you. Yep, I do.
Yeah, they aggro on distance and like line of sight. They can
Hello.
they can see you. They can also aggro on sound. So if you hit the wall, like they can hear that.
Alright, y'all are coming. I see you. Yes, do.
They don't generally aggro off of corpses, so
Yep, you're like at the stairs. Yep, hello.
Well, and this early, those torches are just brutal because they're fast and they do a surprisingly large amount of damage.
Just need to stop being dumb. Yes, I know. Back here. Oh, I think maybe I didn't go this way.
No, you went around the other way, but he'll generally just hang out there, so I'm not sure like what grabbed his attention that last time either way. Yeah, see, like that torch is just just awful.
That hurt.
And naturally, your torch is not nearly as potent, generally speaking. Because you can get a torch later, and there's actually even like a weaponized torch that you can upgrade pretty substantially, and it's a nice weapon, especially against fire weak things. But it's nowhere near as ridiculous as these damn things. They're not going to hang out there forever. They'll start wandering back at some point.
Alright, we're probably gonna have to wrap up within what, half an hour?
Yeah, we got about 40 minutes or so.
Okay.
So, I was actually gonna mention. That's weird. They usually have started walking by now. So maybe you're just breaking the game.
Maybe.
Seeing a lot, some behavior that I've never seen before. But I mean, that said, like people have still found new stuff in these games, like ages, like years after they came out. So.
There you are.
Yeah. Maybe you just hadn't quite hit a trigger for their, like a flag or trigger for their script to start moving. I don't know.
Yep. Hello. I'm not entirely sure what I did to get just that one attention. On the blood lines.
Yeah, all of these guys actually do have a fairly decent chance of dropping blood, but it's not a guarantee.
Stop dying.
Why didn't I think of that? Just don't die.
Too far, it's just dude. Oh hell. Oh hell. Okay, I got everybody's attention. And that was not good enough. Everything.
Well, and a lot of it is just figuring out how you want to approach the game, because some people go super hyper aggressive and just charge everything and make it work for them, and then other people are very methodical, like picking off 1 or 2 enemies at a time. And
Clearly, the charging everything is not working. So we gotta.
I was actually gonna mention, like, bring up, we didn't really have a firm plan for the resolution of this particular stream.
No, we did not. There was no plan.
So, do you want to just keep playing at this and seeing what you can manage to come out with, or I could maybe take over and should be able to get us to the first boss at least, so you could see that. And, like, just kind of what do you want to do, I guess?
Oh gosh.
Mainly, just what are you having fun with, or what would you find more entertaining and exciting?
Getting real irritated with these guys here. Kind of want to at least try to reach a point where I can, but I don't know if that's realistic.
Well,
given my progress thus far.
I mean, have at if that's what you want to do.
I don't know. Let's see how quickly I die again. Oh, that's what those other guys were doing before. They were hanging out there. Oops. Hi, I see you.
That was actually a phantom.
Okay. Oh my god. Yeah. Moments. Just chilling out there. You've got friends coming, don't you?
There shouldn't be any more back that way at the moment. I think it's just them. But they generally are groups of 4, but it looks like there's just the 2 standing there now. So the others may have walked off.
Can I get you from this distance? Will you?
Guy coming down the stairs.
Slightly more sort of approach.
I mean, to be fair, melee weapons do tend to work better when they make contact.
Yeah, technicalities. See that with the torch. Coming down the street. I mean, I definitely have to say that they capture the, what is the word I'm looking for? The feeling of being on edge as these armed mobs just sort of meander back and forth, and you're in the middle of the city just trying to avoid them, take them out. You know?
Yeah, like, it is so interesting. Like, I don't really consider this a horror game personally. I've heard it described as such, and it definitely plays with a lot of the tropes and fittings of horror.
Yeah.
But, like, ultimately, I don't find it to be...
Oh my gosh, hit it!
Like, I don't find Bloodborne or Dark Souls to be scary so much as creepy or eerie. There's maybe a little bit of unnerving in parts.
Yeah, it's unsettling.
Yeah, but it's not like horror. But that said, they definitely are very deliberately using some filmmaking and horror, like cinematography.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, look at that. Look, you're staring at these people around this bonfire of this creepy monster effigy thing. And they've got the torches, and you know that they will come after you.
Well, and when you get close enough, you know, a bell tolls and they start breaking up and moving. And so yeah, like it's just there's very
Hello. Hello. Hi. Yep.
and you have all of this happening like at sunset with this brilliant, you know, orange sun. The atmosphere is just amazing.
Like, you know something's not right.
Exactly. Like you can tell pretty much from the get-go.
There we go. Yep, and here we go. Oh, hi. Yeah, hello. Walk on to the things killing me. Oh, get out of the way. Use the thing. Oh gosh. All right. Give me a chance to turn around. Yep. Hi. Hell. That hurt.
I mean, that's a pretty wicked looking axe to get just, you know, torso checked with.
Okay. I mean,
You all right there?
yeah, I'm just debating whether I should use one of my vials because I don't have very many.
I honestly would, just because it gives you a buffer. Because right now, like, a hit or two, and you could be dead.
Dead, yeah.
Whereas now you have a chance to dodge and try and break a...
Yeah. Okay. All right. How many assholes are left?
Still quite a few. Like, there's...
Let's see. That's what, at least 6 down there. Looks like. Yeah. I don't know if there was any more back here. It hadn't come around to the
Don't
bend.
remember if there's any left back there.
Unless they were the guys that.
Yeah.
came up
There is a
and
shiny...
charged me.
One of the bodies has a drop down there, so you could go grab that and look down. See if there's anything coming up.
Where are you talking?
So, around on the street...
Oh my God! Why? I had this, and now.
So, if you go out and to your left along the street... So
hi.
that one has some bullets, and then there's another one just around that carriage.
Alright. Okay. Yes.
Okay, and there is a group there.
Oh gosh. Okay. Hello, everybody.
So, yeah.
I know I'm not safe per se, but.
Are you ever really safe here?
Clearly not. Alright, you know, I think oh gosh. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't want none of that. No actual on your way. Oh, that body has a.
Yep. So the only other real opportunity for progression until you get a little bit
Through this.
further on is you could go back, like you could build up some blood echoes, go back and buy that suit of armor, which will have better stats than what you have here. The thing is, armor in this game is moderately useful for the most part. There is the place where armor really shines in this is certain areas or bosses or enemies. Like you'll sometimes want to equip gear specifically to counter that, but it's not. You're never gonna have like, oh, I just am super protected against physical attacks. It's always going to be a moderate perspective, but like, if an enemy does a lot of fucking arcane attacks with a ton of magics that it throws at you, building up your arcane defense will make the difference between I am dead outright and I can take a couple hits.
Right, that makes sense.
But it's not going to be like, oh, and now I don't have to worry about their spell attacks.
Yeah. I keep asking, why are there so many of you? And it's like, am I literally just murdering an entire town of people? Probably.
Well, I mean, they do keep coming back, so, like, is it really murder when they don't stay dead?
Now that's a philosophical question. Oh, goodness.
God, could you imagine, like, okay, so this is clearly a town that's probably on its deathbed, as it
Right.
were. Like, this is
Did
probably...
you not make it up the stairs? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, like, the likelihood of this town, this city being
Saved in any fashion.
is pretty slim. So take this, add, a couple hundred years. Imagine the archaeologists and anthropologists coming into the abandoned ruins of this city.
Just what the fuck even happened here? Oh, hi.
Because, like, you've got this they'll find this bonfire, and it'll, like, the beast may or may not still be there, but the bones will. So this pile of bones that it's built on, these giant beast bones, this weird, like, desiccated claw thing, like, ritual purposes.
Ritual purpose, clear. I mean, I feel like that may not be all that far off in this instance. But is there a way to switch locked on targets?
Yeah, use the right stick, and you can... there's nothing else really within range of the lock-on at the moment. But you can... It's finicky, though.
Arr!
Yeah, those rifle guys are...
Stop it! Stop it. Alright. If I can just have my blood vials.
Yeah, blood vials are the other really big place where I think it could have used another iteration. I actually was talking about it yesterday because I streamed Bloodborne for a little bit to just kind of test out some settings and
Oh, did you?
yeah, see if I can fix some problems that the stream was having, which did great. Like we haven't had a single alert of overly dropped frames or anything this time. Knock on wood. So that's great.
Good.
But
Hello.
I was talking about the blood vial system because, again, I get what they're doing with it. Like, it makes sense from an ambient standpoint. But from a practical gameplay standpoint, it doesn't, like, so the blood vials is meant to limit your healing. So you can't just, cleave your way through everything without any regard for consequences. You need to, like, you have a limited pool of healing in every run and a non-guaranteed refilling of that because you're relying on drops. The problem is, like, especially when you're dealing with a circumstance, a situation like this where there's a learning curve, or when you're trying to deal with a boss, he's going to shoot you. Yeah. You'll run through all of your blood vials fairly handily, and then you're left with, well, now I've got to interrupt my attempts at progress. Because, like, if you run out of blood vials, you're really just going to have to, kind of run back between the dream and, back and forth several times to go for drops, to refill that. Same thing.
I just slowly
Yeah.
sliding down the stairs.
Same thing when
Sorry,
you're
buddy.
dealing with a boss where you're trying to, you're just going to burn through your blood vials, and then you have to stop trying to clear the boss to go refill your blood vials. And, like, I don't know, like, I don't think that they should have given you, like, unlimited healing or not had it be drops, because the storytelling, the lore of carrying around blood vials that you inject into yourself is so compelling. It's so
very visceral.
Yeah, it's very good for this world. So I don't think they should change that.
Whoops.
Well, that's somebody's, summer vacation ruined.
I mean, if it wasn't already, then they have a lot more fortitude.
Like, bad
than
enough. Bad enough when the airport loses your luggage, but then some random psycho just comes up and,
Yes.
you know.
So, and I want to kill you too. Hi. Oh, but I'm gonna get fucked here. Get up the stairs. Hey, get. Stop. Lana's fingers further away from me.
There's still the one with the shield behind you.
Yes, I know, but I need to get to a point where I can.
Okay, there he was on his way up the stairs.
Hello? Hi.
I guess he's having, like, respiratory issues or something. It's just like too far. He's too far gone.
No, it's no good. He's gone. Totally got away. Oh, he's over there.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe he's trying to path to that other stairway or something. Still, he does seem to be having. I'm just gonna.
Oops.
Halt. Got my shield.
Yes. Yes. You're gonna very, very gingerly maybe make your way up this staircase, buddy.
I almost feel bad for this poor guy.
Maybe.
Now
I
he's
do.
like.
Seriously. Yeah, you. Oh man, this poor bastard he already had like knee issues before whatever this is came for them.
Oh my god.
He's just alright then. Okay.
I'm too old for this shit. Like,
This is
I've got-
what happens when you make zombies out of old people. They don't care.
I got bad
much.
knees, respiratory issues, like.
This is just a bunch of bullshit, and they're not interested. Hi. Hello?
I'm just gonna hold my shield here, my little plank of wood.
You gonna come and get me, buddy? Maybe if I stand right here?
You're like, I'm trying to actually make this easy for you now.
Maybe.
Like,
Friend? Yes, hi. We gonna do this?
nope, I don't think we are. I think he's
Oh
just...
my god!
Where did he even go now?
Has he fallen and he can't get up? What? Very
the geriatric, infected abomination. Like, okay.
Yeah. This poor guy. Like, I'm getting shot at. This asshole in a capelet and his scene hair in his face. I don't know. Whatever. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I don't
He made a
think...
choice, and I respect that.
Which, of course, just means, like, you're going to be in a fight in, like, 5
Right, I'm gonna
minutes.
turn around, and there he'll be.
Yeah.
Finally.
Ha! You fell for my trap, little boy. Like,
There's a secret passage that he knows about, and so that's where he was going, so that he can get the drop on me. Like, really? Where the hell?
I think
Where did he go?
I think he probably started heading down the street to, like, he's probably down that way, halfway to
friend.
Tijuana by now.
My friend. Where the hell?
Yep,
Oh,
there he is.
Yes. All right, we're gonna finish this. Oh, fire bad.
And he just kind of, like, bounces off of you. Like, oh my god, that was
Okay.
that was the saddest, like...
It's fine. It's fine. Oh my god. Buddy. Okay. I think they're all very much still like on track to stay down.
Yeah,
there.
these ones are all going to just kind of chill out down here. You've got the ones that are going to patrol the street.
Ominous top hat. There have been a couple of those.
Yeah. I mean, there are legitimately a few top hats that you could get for armor pieces, which is entertaining, because, one must look one's best when wading through pools of blood.
When doing whatever this is.
I love
Two of those rifle
yeah,
guys.
there's two of them.
Ah.
Yeah. I love the anachronism, or not anachronism, idiosyncrasy maybe is a better word, of, like, when World of Warcraft added the Worgen, like, they're very, like, Edwardian London, and legitimately you can have a werewolf in a top hat running around. Like, it was awesome.
Why not? 'Cause why not?
Just because one's a slavering beast doesn't mean...
One can't keep their dignity. Yeah. Oh, but if I go for that dude, then the rifle guys are going to shoot me! Just like that.
Yep, they're so annoying
Oh, go away.
with their aggro range.
Go away.
All right,
Heck,
so
yeah.
we're getting a little close. Like, we got about 10 minutes. So, all right, couple of things. Go ahead and run down to the very end of this little walkway here.
Gotcha. Or actually run, maybe?
No, either way, it's negligible.
Okay.
You should actually be able to grab that item through the gate.
Like, there's a flowy doodad.
Oh, no, that's one you have to be on the other side. I couldn't remember. All right, so if you look to your right,
To my right.
you can actually drop down through there.
Oh,
And that will put you behind that gunman. Now, there's even this is a little bit of a deceit in a way. If you turn
What? No.
if you turn your camera slightly to the left and up, so you're looking a little too far. Go back a little bit, and you're looking down. Okay, right, go up just a smidge. Okay. If you see, oh, it's hard to see from this angle. All right, so there's that patrol there. Basically, you could drop down and take those two guys out without much problem. You're probably going to draw the attention of the gunmen, but you can deal with that. Okay, take a couple steps forward, but don't drop down. Turn your camera, and you should be able to see him. Right behind that carriage there, there's actually a dog waiting. So
No, there's a zombie puppy.
So basically,
no.
you can drop down and take out that gunman from behind, and you can do it fast enough that the one over on the other side isn't going to be able to react, and you can get back. But you are going to pull that dog as well. So, and you are locked onto.
Why did you do that?
All right, so now pull back. Or you can do that way.
I'm doing this way.
Yeah, he's gonna still he's gonna try and shoot at you.
But the bags of whatever these are protecting.
Yeah, probably don't want to know what's actually in those.
No, probably not. Probably not.
Oh, my comment earlier. Bad enough that the airport loses your luggage and you finally get it delivered, and then somebody just comes up and shoots the fuck out of them.
Right.
All right. So yeah, now if you go back, go up, and you can get that other patrol when they come up, and you can kill them without getting shot at by the other guy.
Gotcha.
There is going to be that. I think I just heard him.
I was gonna say I've been hearing like a roar.
Yeah.
Kinda.
So if you drop down, like that gunman is not actually going to shoot you unless you move
What
a
am I
little
locked
closer.
onto?
Currently not locked into anything. Oh, there you are.
Okay.
So yeah, they're going to come up this way, and they're going to see you in a moment.
Oh, there's the doggy.
Yeah.
There's the boy.
I'm surprised you have not aggroed the dog yet. Usually he comes running right out. Okay, so then...
Puppy. Puppy.
Yeah, so just run around behind the carriage and just go after him.
Hi, puppy.
And
That's gonna be... Should I heal before you do that?
I would. These dogs are surprisingly vicious.
You know,
Like
I'm not surprised.
I have died more times, unexpectedly died more times to dogs in this game than anything else, really. So, lock onto him.
I am maybe gonna wait for these guys to come down. Since I haven't made the puppy angry yet, I might just wait for these guys to come down so I can kill them.
That might be a good way to do it. I
Because
couldn't.
I don't want to be in the middle of fighting the dog.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Or do they? I think they come down.
I'm trying to remember if I don't think those two come down this side. I think they come. Oh no, they do. Okay, yeah.
I just need to avoid angering the puppy. Hey guys. Hey. That gun is probably gonna shoot at me.
Yeah, take a shot at him to try and drag it, because not the gunman.
Okay.
I was good. Okay, so they're gonna go down that way. So
Okay.
go deal with the dog while they're over.
Alright.
Yeah, because they're gonna take a few minutes to get back around. And definitely lock onto the dog before you try and go after him, because they move super erratically.
I don't. Okay. I'm gonna do it.
There you go.
Oh, get out of the way.
There's a shiny tear left by those
Yes, but
double
I know
doors.
He wants to shoot me. So.
So he's not going to be able to shoot you through that carriage. So he's not going to... The gunmen don't move.
No.
Okay. And then there's another shiny, like, by the double doors behind you.
Oh, that's... I don't like that. Something big and angry.
Yep. It's another great moment. I love that one.
Oh, I don't like that. No.
He's not going to break through. You're perfectly safe from
Yes, but he's waiting.
Yeah.
If I find these guys. Okay, alright.
So at this point, I think you just have those two and the gunman.
God, I think so.
So we might
Maybe
actually.
come down and get these guys, or like maybe try to get them up here.
They're not gonna. You're gonna have to lure them like crazy.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
I want.
Where did you come from?
So that was 1 second.
Where did you come from?
All right, so that guy is the shield guy that was standing on the far side of the bonfire,
Oh.
and he vanished. And
You
I
noticed something was up.
like
and
he.
came
Well,
after
I
me.
noticed a little bit ago that he vanished, and I thought you had managed to kill him at some point.
Well, now he's dead, so it's okay.
Yes.
Alright. Oh, I just rolled down the stairs because that's the cool thing to do. Can that rifle guy shoot me from here?
Yes, he can if he can get a sight on you. So you are within his range. So at this point, you got two options that I would say. Number one, you can wait until that group is on this end.
And then rush the gunman.
Well, no, it's closer to you, and then go after them. The gunman is going to be shooting at you, so you'll want to be pretty quick on your feet and dodgy. The other thing is you could, well, there's three options. From here, you could take a shot at one and try to pull them this way.
Hello? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah,
Come
okay.
get me, come get me. Alright, you, buddy.
He's just
You
standing there
next.
while his friend goes, it's like,
Next.
never mind.
Come on.
He watches his buddy
Come
go
on.
and just get hacked down. It's like, I'm good.
Fucking torch, don't you touch me.
All right. So now, for the gunman, as long as you are moving at something of an angle to him, he generally is not going to be able to hit you. It's if you're running straight towards him. So, I would say just run out and start heading straight up the stairs and rush him.
Okay.
And just don't stop moving. You can sprint or you can just walk. But once you get close to him, lock on and take him down.
Alright. I'm so mad if he kills me.
I
right
know,
now.
yeah.
Oh, I swear to God. Okay. Alright. Holy fuck. Oh.
Yep. Just back up. There, you were right on the stairs.
Okay, but there's the other stairs.
There's the other stairs too. Either one would work.
Stairs. Okay, I need to unlock on so I can get up the stairs. Okay, come here. Come on. F you.
There you go.
Dead.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, you cleared this area.
Jesus, that only took all of our, 3 hours?
2.5, yeah. All right.
Mm.
I do want to. So we got just a couple minutes left, but I do want to show you something pretty cool, pretty entertaining. So, go ahead and head through this way. There's some enemies, but there's an enemy, but you're gonna have to go out of your way to aggro him.
Okay.
So, you head to your left. Yep.
Paranoid.
Yeah, that paranoia is not a bad trait in this game.
Oh, look at all those coffins.
Yeah. If you head down the stairs,
So right here?
yeah. And then keep to your left. Don't go to the right, because if you look to your right,
Oh, is that the big angry thing
that's
on
the
the
big
other side
angry
of the
thing on
door?
the other side of the
Oh,
door,
I don't
who's going
wanna-
to pretty happily stay there unless you get too close to him.
Okay.
So, but if you go to your left, you'll see some little creepy things on the ground, right to your right. Right in front of you.
Oh!
Creepy crow things. Go ahead and kill those guys. They're not too tough.
Oh, one of them isn't even... Okay, one looks dead, but it's not. Okay, come on. Hey!
All right. Now loot the bodies, and you'll probably get.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay, so they did not actually drop it. All right, so go ahead and head back out to that bonfire area, just so you're
Where things
not.
were safe.
Yeah.
Because I killed stuff.
Yeah. Because that brick troll will start to notice you after a while. So.
I don't want your attention.
Which is fair. So.
Just some trees, it's fine.
Yeah, so just head back over there, and yeah, over here you should be all right. So, one of those crow enemies, those creepy crow things, one of the very common things that they drop is pebbles.
Gotcha.
Now, you picked up some earlier. Go ahead and go to your inventory. Take a look at those pebbles.
No,
This is-
fuck! Why? Kingdom Hearts, why do you do this to me? Oh, it's fine.
You'll get, this is, so that's it. But pebble, like this little bit of the game building is so great, and I know you'll appreciate it. So hit square to bring up the, so first, this is possibly the best description in the entire game.
Quite thrilling.
Now, take a look at that picture.
It looks kind of like an eyeball.
Doesn't it just? Eyes are a thing in this game, as is blood. Now, consider for a moment that these are the pebbles that those crows drop.
Oh, charming. Yeah.
I love that they pulled in the whole, like, crows,
Yeah, they like eyeballs.
liking
Yeah.
eyeballs thing.
They do,
It's
they do.
such a nice touch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Petrified eyeballs.
So,
Oh,
well,
God, okay.
did not make it to a boss, but you did finally clear this, so I think we can call that an accomplishment.
Oh my god.
So, well done. What did you think? Did you have fun?
I did. As much as I was starting to get irritated at not doing better.
But you succeeded. You did clear this area. You did achieve the goal that you had set for yourself. So, yeah, that's the great thing about Soulsborne games. It's just that you set goals and you can palpably feel yourself reaching them. Like it's really great.
Oh,
So.
goodness. All right.
Anyways, we're gonna have to wrap it up there.
Yelp.
But thank you for joining us. We had 2 whole viewers today, so yay!
Ooh. I
Um,
hope it was entertaining for at least one of you.
Yeah. So it'll be going up on YouTube. So anybody watching it there, thanks for joining and watching us. We will be back next Saturday. Warrior will be playing again. We're not going to be doing Bloodborne, however. We will be doing something else. We're going to start a Final Fantasy X playthrough, and we'll explain more about what and why then. But
There are reasons. There are reasons.
indeed, hopefully you'll join us. Hopefully you had a good time, and we will see you all next time.
Woo!
Later.